Okay, we're starting on the outside of the castle, the Castillo de San Marcos. The entrance point is right over there. I want to take a look at the construction. You can see the facade has been worn down significantly over the years through weather and time. But at one point it would have been stuccoed completely over. The stucco would have helped create a seal against the weather and the water, but also it would have given it a better appearance, a crisper appearance. So this was first built in the mid-17th century to fortify the city, to protect the city and their interest in the continent. Basically, this is an interesting reproduction. This runs up right in line with the gates, the city gates. The Huguenot cemetery is right over there. But this would have been walls built like this with palm tree logs, anchored along this side of the, anchored on the fort, extending all the way back across and surrounding the city for protection against the French or the English or the Seminoles, whomever would have been posing a threat at that point. Would have been somebody they would have wanted to protect against incursions and encroachments. And we noticed the watchtowers are all smaller, except when compared to that one. That one is bigger than all the others, and that's because it had to look out over the water. You can picture yourself here in a time when there was no cars, bridges, cell phones of any kind, any communication other than if you're waving a flag or smoke signals. You would have been looking at that opening between the two land masses, which leads right out into the Atlantic. On the other side of that point is the Atlantic. So that would have been the only, warning these people would have had that they were being attacked by, the French or the English, or I guess even the Dutch at that point would have posed a threat as well. So there's somebody in that crinolet right there, 24/7, maybe more than one guy, with their eyes trained on that opening just to see if someone was coming in. And if someone did come in, whether it was a friendly or not, they would have sent someone out there in a smaller boat to identify them and learn their intentions. They couldn't build this on a point out there because the earth wasn't stable enough to sustain this weight. This thing is massive, mammoth. It's huge. It's just incredible amount of weight. And we've seen in other locations where these structures are poorly chosen, that they just sink. They just sink right into the sand. So there's the Nombre de Dios Mission cross. So that's how close we are to where we were just a little bit ago. Pardon me. So you can see here, this would have been what the stucco looked like right here. There's still some of the remaining stucco, so that would have been all one sheen of stucco. And these are all U.S. Army emplacements, probably Civil War, maybe Spanish-American War. I'm not sure that far up into our current time of the history of this place. I know that it was used during the Civil War, but I don't know beyond that. So yeah, you get a look at that bad boy for its time and what it was designed to do. That thing was impenetrable. It was taking a hell of a lot of ships to sit off there and withstand the guns from this fortress to lob shells into it. I don't know. That's a shot furnace. I don't think they would have lasted very long. As ships go, it's pretty narrow. They can't sit back too far. They have to come right up to it, and if they do, they get themselves blown away. Alright, so we've seen the outside, now we're going to go check out the inside. Alright, so we're heading into it right now. This would have been, because that's the only, they call it the Sally Port, that's the only